Yo, what's good? Yo, this is Vitamin the Governor, and this is Talking Rock. Today, we have a very special guest with us. If you do not know what this man is, you've seen him countless years. He's like sometimes chilling in the cut. When that music comes on, he becomes a different person. We got none other than my main man right here, Fano. Yo, Fano, what's going on, man?
How you going, Vitamin?
Everything's good?
Everything is good.
Your birthday
man.
just passed recently, right?
Oh, no. I just put that up there so that nobody know.
Okay. Hey.
You don't put the truth on
Yeah.
Facebook and shit.
I feel you, man.
You
Yo,
don't
man.
never put your truth.
You know, we've been, first of all, how's everything been with you? This has, been very challenging 6 months for the world. Firstly, like, how are you doing?
Good. Because of everything that's happening, everybody has to be, very careful with what's happening and, distancing. And I haven't been around so many friends in all these months, and it's difficult,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how you been able to cope with it? Just stay creative?
Well, being creative, but over the months you have to have so many things that have been happening. Like I was in the Bronx not recently. When all this COVID stuff began. I was in the Bronx with my brother, helping him out and everything, and I came back. But I left the scene of the dancing.
Yeah.
But I was always on that Facebook and everything, listening to see what's going on.
Nice. Man, you're a guy, when I speak with you about rock, whether it's the park or whether it's the anniversary or whether it's just meeting up, you have such a passion when you talk. You have such a vigor in your voice about rock and what rock is and what it meant to you at that time. So this is definitely a long time coming, this interview. Let's take it all the way back to the beginning, man. Where did you grow up?
Okay, well, I grew up pretty much right around here in Bushwick.
Okay.
I grew up on Central Avenue in Knickerbocker, through that area.
And for people like, maybe in New York, people know what Bushwick is, what Brooklyn is. But for people like around the world, paint the picture. Like, how was Bushwick, Brooklyn at that time when you was growing up?
Okay, it was in the neighborhood. Me growing up, we had Vietnam. We had racism. It was all there. You had the same thing you have today that you had back then. We had war. We had discriminations. We have the same things that is here today. But we had to find a way, had to use sometimes our negative energy to something positive. Because gangs were forming.
So at that time, what was that? Was that the 70s?
The 70s.
And how was the neighborhood? Was it more a close-knit community?
It was a close-knit community. There were gangs, but the gangs in the neighborhood took care of your neighborhood. Everyone took care. Everyone. And before even that, everyone in the neighborhood knew somebody. They knew your kids. They knew your mother. They knew your brother. The whole neighborhood. The whole avenue probably.
And how was your upbringing? What was your household like on a typical day?
Okay, I came from 8 family kids, single parent, 7 boys. And there was diversity in our family in the 70s. My oldest brother was the first one who I thought was going to be a DJ. My other brother was into music by collecting music. He knew a lot about music and songs. Me, I was still young. So I went around the neighborhood, all the neighborhood areas where there was always music. We had jams in the streets that were awesome, but at a certain age, at a certain time, you had to be home. But you heard about these things, these jams or these hooky parties and all this, and you were waiting for stuff like this, till it was your turn. My brothers were talking about this.
So you had music in your household. It's not like you had to go far to search for it.
Oh, no.
It was there, right in front of you.
It was in the house. It was always in my house. We always played music. And I've always heard the songs. And then I started going and seeing on the neighborhoods, like in the parks, like in 111, which was a place where there was always jamming. The first time I was able to go out, I saw Papo jam in 111 Park And I got to see somebody else besides my brother play this music. And the way he was playing it was different. And I'm saying, whoa, he's using two songs, two things. And I'm saying, what? You know? So now that I'm seeing this, I see the guys like in a circle. And I'm saying, what is this? You know, like, what is this? So, and I'm seeing these guys rocking. And at the same time, you can see the gang guys over there. And they're doing their shit too with the boots and everything. And you seeing them doing their style. And it's a rough style. And then you see these other guys here doing their style, you know. They're the guys who played the handball. They played the baseball, you know. At nighttime, they became rockers. When that music came and I saw that, I said, wow. You know, I know this guy played handball. But he was too cool for me because I was young. All right?
So you're just a little kid.
I'm still young.
How old were you around that time?
About 13.
So you're 13, you're preteen, and you're kind of just soaking all this up. Did you at that point get involved as a dancer, or you were just like, let me watch and then wait for my time to jump in?
No, at first that's what I did. I would go and I watched. Now this is the thing, okay? Now here's the neighborhood was here. Then you went into Knickerbocker. It's central where I lived. It was Wilson, Knickerbocker. So as you grow up, your parents out there didn't let you adventure in nowhere. So the only motherfuckers who showed you how to dance were the people in your neighborhood. Okay? Now you keep on waiting till you get of age that you can go 4 to 5 blocks down, bro. Just 4 to 5 blocks down. And that's where sometimes the good shit was. Once we started going down towards Knickerbocker, we go to Knickerbocker Park. Hallelujah, man. I said, wow. But I said, I go in there, and I'm still young. I go with my little friends and everything, and we're there. And, you know, we're still young. We're 15, and these guys are 19, 18, all these, but, you know, we still not about this. We can't get into that. And I'm looking at them, and I'm saying, wow, man. So one guy turns around, and he goes, yo, you don't know how to do this yet, bro, right? And I go, yeah, I'm going to learn. So I go home, and I tell my brother, I said, yo, I heard these songs that they were playing, and you got them too. And he goes, what's the first song? He goes, let's dance to the dumbest beat. So I'm telling him that one, and I said, you know, and just begun, but he's looking at me, he says, yo, chill out, man. You know, like I'm really excited, but I said, yo, the way he played the songs, man, he had like 2 tables, you know? And I said, this guy was playing them, and he played them long, man. And I'm saying, and I didn't hear them like that before. And these guys were getting down, man. You know? I said, they were getting down. So I'm going to learn this. So I told them, I named all the songs. I had to sing them because I didn't know the name.
That was the original Shazam at that time. So, yo, you know the song that goes boop, boop.
I'm doing doo doo doom 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 doom. He goes, what? Doo doo doom doom doo 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 doom. Huh? Now wait, I don't know who James Brown is. Michael Jackson do that shit too. Now that's another thing, okay? So after a lot of that shit growing up at that time, there was, you know, the Jackson 5s, you know, there was Soul Train, and all that is what I'm absorbing, okay? And I'm watching all of that. And as that's happening, I'm growing up, and I'm already starting to see some people dance. Now, I would go to my house, into the basement, and I would put the song on. I would start with, my first song I had was...
So let's pause for a second. So you're just seeing all this in the neighborhood and you're hyped now.
Oh, yes.
So you go take the records from your brother, he lends you the records, and you just go into the basement and start doing your own solo practice?
Own stuff, yes.
Wow. So
doing my own stuff.
What were you watching and just trying to repeat what they were doing, or were you watching and saying, let me flip what they're doing?
Oh, no. I got the music. I'm dancing. I thought I got this shit. I go one Saturday. I get up in that line, and I'm all beat. I'm all this shit. And the man next to me says, yo, go home. Make a fool of yourself.
Wow. So you thought you knew how to rock.
Yeah. I said, wow. So I said, okay. So I said, fine. So I go home again. And, you know, this is the same, I'm on that same song. I'm on Just Begun, man. And I start catching it. So I finally start getting the groove. The thing was, I caught my own groove. Now when I went the next time, and I got on the line, I'm there. I'm on the line, just waiting for Just Begun.
You waiting for the song.
That was the only song I was waiting for.
Because that's the only song you knew. Okay.
And the guy's looking at me going like, doing all this shit. And I'm just going like, you know, just like this. I'm like, oh, I don't hear shit. No, I don't hear nothing yet. So I'm trying to figure out when it's coming. And when they played they played it back in the days. They had the trilogy in it.
That part was so violent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the trilogy part comes on. And I go to the guy, look, I'm sorry. I thought we were gonna rock, but I only know one song.
Man.
He goes, what? I go, yeah. I'm waiting for Just Begun. He goes, oh, that is it. I go, that's not it.
Yeah. Because not everyone knows that part. Yeah.
When I got the album, the only thing what I did was go to that song. I didn't know nothing about the rest of the song, you know? So when after that comes in, and the song is playing. And then he goes, they use the other piece. What they used to do with the song was to extend it, all right, in a way for you to get comfortable. Okay? You get comfortable. Once you're comfortable because the DJ is getting you prepared. Today, they don't do that. They don't know the songs like the DJs back in the days. They cannot do that.
So at this time, these are early days. You're practicing by yourself. You kind of trying to find your footing. When do you really start getting your stride in the neighborhood? And also, if you could talk about how you said that people just jamming in the park. How did the battles take place? Did you just walk in front of a random person? Were they your friends in the neighborhood that you were just sparring with? You said that it was a separation between the gangs, other types of peoples, and other people. What was was there a code? How was it?
I don't know about any code.
Okay.
I would go. There would be jams somewhere. You heard it through the high school or junior high schools or whatever. You would hear there were jams, and you would go to them. If you can dance, you would dance. If you didn't, you wouldn't. You understand?
Simple
But
as
the
that.
thing was this, okay? Exposure is what got me to where I got to be. Because remember what I said, as I got older, I was able to explore the other neighborhoods. You understand? Now, once I get to high school, you taking the trains. You going to the Bronx. Now, you can go you got a card. You got friends in high school that are coming from the Bronx, maybe to your school, and they taking you to their neighborhoods. And you sitting with them talking and drinking your 40 and going like, yo, what is that over there? Oh, this is rock. Well, but you see how this happening everywhere. Okay? And I'm picking it up from everywhere. Okay? I would go to the Bronx. I go to Queens. I had friends everywhere.
So is it safe to say people were rocking everywhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were blacks, Spanish, whites. There were Italians rocking. And back in the days, and with all this racial shit, there were still people who wanted to just hang out and have fucking fun. We didn't give a shit about the color of your skin, man. All we loved was the fucking groove, bro. You know, that's all you had to have, man, was a passion for the music and the groove. That's it. And we had people from everywhere. And if you had the passion and didn't know how to do it, we would show you. We would show you.
So you're in high school. You're now able to travel a little further.
Right.
Get exposed to different neighborhoods.
And I'm picking up different styles.
Talk about that, man. Like, talk about what you got from each place you went to.
I really don't remember too much.
Okay.
But, you know, it was so long ago. The truth is,
Okay.
you know, it was so long ago. You understand? To dwell on it and talk about it, it would be a waste of time.
Okay.
You know? But when I went to a neighborhood, and they were jamming in the streets, I didn't dance. I stood the whole jam watching people dance everywhere. The whole place. I would, no one can say that.
Just watching.
Yeah.
Soaking it up.
That's it. Watching, and I mean, I would learn. This is before video and stuff, man.
Of course.
You had to go do it personally.
Wow.
Before your phone, we didn't have nothing. I was poor, man. I had to ride up there. My boy would say, yo, they're going to jam. I'm there. And I'm seeing these guys doing this stuff. And mind you, right now, still at that time, these guys are doing flips and shit. And that's an early sign, I think, of breaking. You understand? But that was something I wasn't interested in. I said, I don't care about that shit, you know? It wasn't rock. So I detoured from that shit. But it was happening already in the Bronx. You understand? But Brooklyn, we kept it rock.
And what was the time in high school that you first started the remnants of meeting other rockers?
That's my first year in high school.
Talk about that.
My first year in high school, I go in and there are all these jackets. Mm-hmm. They were called, I mean, everybody had different ones, but the majority of those jackets, I think that they were called chinos. And on the chino jackets, they were beautiful. One piece, one big piece. So you would be able to take the old English letters and they would press them on it, man. You understand? I would see that. It would be the chino jackets with the chino pantses. And your pro kids, man. With the stripes on them shits, man. What? Them pantses were nice. You could have flexed. And any chino that you could have worn, bro, were flexible, bro. You know, you had your pair of sneakers. Sneakers, we didn't have much to choose from. We were poor. I could have bust your ass in a pair of rejects. I didn't give a fuck if you had 200, but we didn't have shit like that. You understand? The sneaker didn't make you. The clothes didn't make you. There were people in my I lived on food stamps. And I would see guys that they were thinking they were really flashy and all this shit, and they would imitate rocking. And that would make me as a young kid say, nah, man, it would insult me. And I would go and rock the guy. Why? Because you think that because you got all that flashy shit and everything, those little fucking moves you made was rock? No, that's not rock. And I would challenge them.
So in high school, you're seeing the people with the sweater jackets.
Oh yeah.
And all that. And so how was that? Was it like neighborhood crews that had rockers in the crews also, a part of the friendship groups, or was it official rock crews?
Well, there were real rock crews everywhere through Bushwick and Knickerbocker, you know. All through there, even Greenpoint, Bed-Stuy, everybody had rockers, all the way up, even up to Fulton. You know, you had rockers all over the place.
But were they established crews or just individuals?
Oh, yeah. No, established crews.
Okay.
We had a lot of crews.
So at this point, were you in a crew? Or you was
Me, no. Not yet. Not even Mastermind was not around yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did Mastermind come to fruition, man? Was it in high school?
In high school.
How did it all start, man? Like, you were there at the beginning with Veijo, right?
Let me tell you, Veijo and me, we met in high school. And we were the two, like, the odd people, because we didn't want to listen to anybody else and do shit like that. And we became running buddies and shit, you know? And me and him, without having a crew, would go anywhere. Just him and me. This man would take me to the Bronx because he knew everybody. Veijo knew everybody. Veijo was an intellectual. This man was incredible, man, you know? And he was free-spirited. And his philosophy was just like mine's on rock, man. That's why me and him, we would think we were really good at this stuff, man. You know, so we would go anywhere. And Veijo had that heart that he would just go in there and start dancing and doing his stuff, you know? And he had that flavor, you know? He had that badass flavor. Like you see in the movie, the badass man, that was his style. He would come in there and just bop, 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 stomp, 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 you know? Without fear, man. And you would see it in him. And he had his little style. He always loved his hats and shit, you know? And he had a style that was his own style, you know? It was a stomping style, I would call it, you know? And we went everywhere. So the next year in high school, we said, you know what? Let's make our own crew. You know? And I said, I don't know, man. So he said he already had the MC, right? So I said, okay. I said, let's have a dancing one. And he said, okay. So then we did the dancing.
And was the dancing like a branch of the MC?
Yes.
Okay, and what was and it was called Mastermind.
Yes.
And is it true that it was based off of the board game? It was a board game called Mastermind?
No.
Or was it a
no.
move? What did you guys get
No.
that name from? Or where did
The name was already there.
No, but where did the name was inspired from? Was it inspired from a game?
I think Rick and Veijo had the name.
Nice. Okay. So this is like, this is very important because what you describing here is almost like the Bronx-Brooklyn connection.
Yes.
And everyone is always talking about separation. Brooklyn was doing this, Bronx was doing this. But here you are, you have Veijo between the connector between Brooklyn and the Bronx for you.
Right.
How are you experiencing that, and how does that play into this whole narrative today of the Brooklyn this and Bronx this and that? You were there. You were going to the Brooklyn, you were going to the Bronx. You were going to Brooklyn, you were going to the Bronx.
Right.
How was you experiencing it?
Well, this is the thing. It was different. You understand? But it's not just that we went from Brooklyn to the Bronx. Okay, we went to Queens. We went to Staten Island. We hit all the boroughs. Okay, just him and me. Wow. Now, I never heard of any crew doing that. Everybody danced in their neighborhood, and that was the thing that I would tell me and Bill would talk about. We go, yeah, but there are so many styles and everything, you know. So we would go and look at them. And we would hang out with them. And back then, you hang out. You drink your 40s, you smoke your shit, and you dance. You have a real nice fucking cypher. And we would come back on the train to Brooklyn. Man, like we were kids coming out of a candy store. We couldn't sit down. We were doing all these moves and shit, you know? And yo, I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna do this. And you know, you're already calculating this shit. By the time I got home, I already had me something set up. I had a nice flow already. All I had to do was put that needle on that song. I already saw it in my head. And it was fire.
So
it was fire.
That early Mastermind, who were the members that early, that like,
wait. I'm going to still tell you about my dancing. There was still something missing.
At that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's still something missing. You understand? Now, you're going through a lot of shit. Remember, like I said, you got Vietnam. You got all this shit happening. All right? I'm a young kid. I'm growing up. As I'm growing up, I'm realizing the real world. Okay. I'm realizing the real world of my uncle and people not coming back from war. People coming in body bags. And my dancing took on a different form. My dance took on a different form as I'm growing. I'm not that kid no more. I'm growing up and my dancing helped me grow. But every time I would stomp on the floor, I would see it would come different. It went from joy to anger to hate. To hate. You know? But that's where I kept all of that in there. And I mean, seriously. If you could see these people, some real good dancers, they're expressing, they say you express yourself. Man, a single mother parent, 8 kids, living on welfare in a small place, on food stamps, being criticized in your house because you're wearing hand-me-downs or something. Huh? I only wear $1.99 sneakers. What do you think I would do when I would step up to a line and I would see you in your shiny sneakers and your nice clothes and shit, smiling in my face? What do you think I would do? I'd take all that anger I had and I put it right there on that foot. And when that music came on, I took it out. And without even touching you, I think I beat you up. But that was it. My dancing was like that. And it was wild. Okay? And I think that's why, no, your style's wild. You know?
Is that what you were told a lot?
Yeah.
To wild? But
wow.
you're saying that
But you know why? The reason why is because of my physique. I wasn't your average fucking skinny kid. No, man. I would do jerks like I'm fucking breaking you, bro. I'm breaking you of the anger, man. If I grab you, I'm gonna twist you. And you know, all that is what you use. That's the way I would channel everything, and I always done it that way. I mean, I've had fights, but I've always believed, let's take it off on the floor. You know?
Do you feel like or from back then, your experience, do you feel like the rock helped quell the violence in the street? Like the rock put the...
It did not. But you know what? It saved a lot of us.
Okay.
It saved a lot of us, man, because we could have been gang members. We were the same motherfuckers on this corner here, drinking, smoking, dancing, compared to these guys here who were drinking, smoking, robbing, doing this shit, you know? We didn't want that. We weren't even going to clubs yet. That's another thing. We're not even in clubs yet, baby.
Get there. So we're still in high school.
Yeah, we in high school.
That early mastermind. Now you're saying, you know what, you and Veijo are saying, no one accepts us. We go to Brooklyn, we go to Staten Island, we go to Manhattan, we go to Queens.
Right.
We rock everywhere. And we unique, and we do our own thing.
So that
now we need to start our own thing.
That summer, we started
getting our
crew.
Brooklyn Bronx connection. So how now do we go into that first wave of Mastermind? And who were the members, and how did you come together?
First members of Mastermind came from Grover, Cleveland.
Okay.
Me and him, we scouted them from there. The first ones were from Grover, Cleveland. Okay, we got Renee, you know, we got Manny, a couple of other guys, you know, they were from Cleveland, and we started there. Then we started getting we would go we had Renee, and then we went and started hanging out in Cooper, and we started meeting some people there. But when we started in Grover, Cleveland, I said, let's get athletes.
What was the logic behind that? What was your mindset?
An athlete was strong and was supposed to last longer than the regular person because he's constantly keeping his body in shape, you know? And you would last somebody else and rocking. And some of these songs, you had to have a stamina, you know? Because I don't care if you were the best one, man, but if you stop dancing and I'm still jerking on you and doing my shit, I won.
There you go. There you go.
I won. You know, so we would do it like that. So I saw one guy, and I see this one kid, and his name was Cerrone. I call him Cerrone. From Cerrone 4, you know? So this guy, he was a track.
He ran track?
He ran track.
Okay.
This motherfucker was fast.
And you wanted to recruit him into the crew?
Yeah, you know why? We're going to be able to live together. Number one, we live the father.
So at that time, you're calculating the song, the stamina you're gonna take to
I would get them by songs too, man.
Wow, so you're really recruiting like this is like college basketball.
This is like a sport to me, baby. Yeah, I got the best, and I would do that. I would go.
So is that how you got Manny? Is that how you scouted these guys?
We went to we got Renee. You know,
you said Renee was a gymnast. That's what you got him.
Renee was gymnastics, and I think he could have started breaking, but for some reason I thought that it was never going to be impressive. that stuff was never going to be good. The gymnastics, he would do all that handstand and the flips, and I told him, stop that, man.
Wow, stick to the stick to the jerk.
Look today, go figure, huh? So we would go like that. So now once we start meeting guys in school, in high school, we go to their neighborhoods. Now in their neighborhoods, there's little sets we're having. And we're finding out this guy. Now, we met Law. Law was in Greenpoint too. At the same time, we met Dash. Because Dash lived near Renee. And you know, and they had their own styles. And we would look at them and say, yeah, you know, we would all show our styles. Now, this is the thing. Everybody I would get would still have to dance in front of the rest of us. Okay? Now, once I got you, okay, now I already know who I want to put you against. You understand? I got this guy. Okay, I say, okay, let me see you guys each other. You understand? I'm already doing it, bro. I'm formulating, man, and I would go and get more people. I would get them because of what they do. We went all the way up to Stupin, all the way up there where we met Rubber Band Man. You know, Rubber Band had a style of his own too. And we said, yeah, man, we got to get this kid, you know? Yeah, man. And, you know, we would tell him the whole deal, you know, listen, Mastermind, like everybody, you're recruiting them, you know? We think you would be a nice member of the crew and everything, you know? We like your style, you know? It's your own style. You're not learning what I do. You're not going to learn my style. I never had time for that. We trained kids. We would teach them. But you had to have already come in there with a style. We didn't make you. You already made. We just polished you. We polished you, man.
So, you know, the way you talking right now, I'm hearing the word mastermind. That's mastermind thinking.
Yes.
So, you were really trying to tailor the group to be like the elite of rockers.
That's right.
Now, you know, mastermind is mastermind, but, you know, we got to keep it real when we speak also about the elite of rocking. Touch of Rock comes up.
Oh, yes.
Dynasty comes up.
Yes.
So what was that? Were y'all clashing at the time? Were they your rivals? Were those people that you worried about? Did you say
when I was dancing, we never really mostly danced them. We were going out other places. I don't know.
Wow. So you didn't
remember
even
what I said. Okay. In order for my crew to expand, we kept you cannot be in your neighborhood.
Okay.
You cannot be in your neighborhood and say you the best. You go to the Bronx, you go here, and every time you step foot somewhere, you start dancing and you walk away feeling good, you become the best.
But what did you have those guys on notice? Did they have you on notice?
Who?
I mean, you guys never clashed.
No.
But
I never cared for them. Why? Because they didn't care for me when I wanted to be in those crews.
Oh, okay.
I didn't dance against none of those crews for that fact. They didn't want me in them.
Okay.
I can't, man. No.
But they were ringing bells.
Huh? They were, yeah, man. They were rockers, man. And I just didn't want to.
So
maybe later on after me, Manny and these guys, Spin might have done that.
You're a little older too, so
yeah, but
okay.
No,
not you.
Do you understand? I started it, and I was going through it like a fire, doing all this, and my brain was short.
Short. Okay.
It was short. Why? Because at the same time, remember, I'm telling you, I'm going everywhere, and I'm getting a style. At the same time, I was getting arrogant.
Okay.
All right. And I'm getting too big, and this. And I went and I go dance, and I go into a place and I'm dancing. I beat one guy. I'm cool. I beat another guy. Cool. Third guy come in, now I'm getting flashy, and I beat him. I beat like 5 guys. I'm seeing they're getting pissed. Right? So I said, leave it alone. And one more guy said, come on. So I go, okay, let's go. Let's do it. I bust him too. And I was really cocky. You understand? Because I really thought I was good. They all leave. There's a couple of girls right there. I go and I start hustling with one. The guys come back. That's one of their girls. All of a sudden there's going to be a fight. I said, look, man, I didn't know. Nah, they're already pissed off. Because I beat them and I'm dancing with the girls. I understand. I didn't know. So I said, let me try to get out. So happened to be that it's in a church, and I'm talking with the priest. And while they're talking with him and everything, I'm trying to go behind them, and I slip out the back. I go to the parking lot. They grab me. They hold me by my hands like this. They take a 40 that's on the floor, and they smash it in my face. And here, this is your rock.
Wow.
And they bust me in the face, and they bust my face open. Knocking out teeth and everything. And I'm on the floor like this, and I get up. And when I go like this, I go to touch my face like this, and my fingers went through. And I said, oh, shit. And I couldn't believe I couldn't even say those words. And I got up, and some of my friends came. They grabbed me, took me to the hospital. That was the last time I rocked.
Wow.
Dash, Renee, Manny, nobody ever saw me again for years
So
because of that.
when did that happen? In high school, or did that happen in your like early?
That was still through high school.
Wow. So did you leave Grover Cleveland?
Oh, yeah. I didn't graduate.
Wow.
Yeah, man, you don't know it. It destroyed me, man. It disfigured me. That was the thing. I'm just 18 maybe, going on 19. I'm just getting there. Really, I was just getting there. But I got cocky. Okay? And that little one thing led to that. There was violence, still violence everywhere. You understand? And dancing, there was violence in it, man. I got shot at later on for the dancing, but this one was the worst one. Because I did come back to dance, but I never went back to rocking.
Okay.
But it took years for me to get back to dancing.
So, describe that period. Like, you were hit in the face with the bottle, and obviously, jacked you up really bad. Like, what was life for you at that point? That one of the most pivotal things in your life, dance, is taken away now. Like, what was life for you at that time? Were you just staying home,
Yeah,
depressed?
I stood home a lot, I did a lot of reading sometimes, but I was pretty good in school, but I'm thankful of that. But really what saved me was my art. You understand? When I stopped dancing, I started doing art. And I was pretty good at it. I airbrushed on motorcycles, cars, trucks. I started doing all those things. And I found then another passion later on for dancing, but I just left. And no one really tried to get in contact with me after that. From that incident, so I left it.
But at that time, you were the official president of the crew, right?
No.
You weren't.
No.
But you were a higher ranking person of the crew, right?
Yes.
So when the high, that's like.
Look, I was never sometimes, but I was co-founder.
Co-founder. So you're a high-ranking person. You're the person that brought a lot of people in.
Yeah.
You polish a lot of people up.
Oh, yes.
You kind of were the law, no pun intended to law, but you were like the discipline, the law, and mastermind to clean up and to polish people.
A standard.
And then you set the standard, and then you're out of there. Like, you said they didn't try to get in contact with you, but
maybe they did, but
did you see them
I
around the
didn't
neighborhood?
I didn't do none of that.
Wow.
I just became a hermit. You understand? I went and started doing other things. I started going to the gym. You understand? The airbrushing. I started doing all that stuff to keep me away. Because like I said, I didn't want to be around nobody.
Yeah.
You understand? I didn't, man.
So you say that it took some years, but you eventually got back into dance, but not rocking. What form of dance did you get back into at that time when you kind of,
Well, I experienced, it was experimenting, because I tried different forms of dancing, but I was never really happy with it. You understand? There was laughing, you understand? There was freestyling, but I never really had the same passion for it. So I really didn't try to do too much about it, I mean, the loft I did, once again, I did enjoy it, but it didn't have the same quality of rocking, But once again, it was a dance that that's a dance you have to have a great physique. You understand? There's a lot of diving and stuff involved into that. So that's the only reason why I kept up with that one.
Because it physically challenged you.
Yes.
And it was probably like the closest thing to rock.
Yes.
That you could do without being rocking.
Without rocking, and it was not as a hostile environment.
Yeah, ladies.
You understand? There was too much testosterone in when you rock, it's a cockfight. You understand? The majority of the time, that's what it is, bro. It's putting in the best 2 fucking roosters at the end. 2 motherfucking roosters. Bam. That's what it is. You understand? That's why you diverse it. You diverse it, and it doesn't be like that. You understand? But the majority of the time, it was that. And that's what I'm saying. The element of the animal. It's a fight. You understand? When I use something to say about it, I'm sure I'm using the right things. You understand? Trying to use, how you call that?
A metaphor?
Metaphor. You understand? I'm trying to. That's the thing. Is if you can understand that, then you understand rock, because it's a philosophy. But you have to have metaphors in order to sometimes talk to people on a lame term.
Got you.
Okay? You have to in order for them to understand it. Because if I would have said it was a rumble, and there are people that don't know none of that. But the people know what a rooster fight is. You understand? It's vicious. Or a dog fight. You understand? And it's in a circle. It's not in a big square. It was never like that. That was another thing. Growing up in school, when you rocked in high school, before a cruise or anything, it was almost like a fight. People would come, and whoever the best rockers, and it ends up. And there's no people sitting around the square for you. That's actually like a fight. As there's less rockers, the last 2 gets into a small, sometimes circle, because it's like a fight. It's like I want to say, hit him. You hit him first. And that's how close the crowd is. We're not an audience. It's a crowd. Today you got audiences. That's the difference. A crowd.
We're gonna talk about that though, man. So you bowed out completely. I mean, I'm assuming it's the 80s now.
Yes.
While the whole b-boy explosion happened, that's why B Street came out, Wild Style, all of this is going on.